Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Kelvin Mans. If this is the very first time to sign in here, please, my brothers and sisters, don't forget to hit that subscription button for me, comment, like, and share all my videos. So anytime I upload a video, you'll be notified immediately for it.
So me, dear lovely brothers and sisters, una good morning, una good afternoon, una good evening, una salam alaikum, una kawa, una kushe, and peace and blessing be upon you and upon all of us. Awai, awusie, ugasatie, nyambonesia, munjeni, mugakani, nyambonesia, awai, we uvain, ugasatie, na peggy the DA, super medea, ounce me, and from my cousin, super medea. Jara mare, berkeja malaton. Tanamu, okena, go tanamu fen, tanamu meni, tanfambing, alhamdulillah. So, me, dear lovely brothers and sisters, me, now my brother, now begin Kelvin Mans. I just want to accept me sincere, humble, and harmless greeting as I always bring on then latest, unbelievable, and shocking news. Them, yeah, but before I go and proceed any further, I want to say, I always they give us praise. We for our love, for our support. You know, when they come in, they watch the program. Sharing, subscribing, liking, please log on to Odwam. If you know Odwam yet, you have to try for subscribe and share. Like the program. Anytime we watch the program, please don't forget for like. The like is very much important for we. Now, no say we already take the energy, with time for come and give at least don't introduce awareness, you know, because people are they deceive and keep on deceiving now the media. But we come actually for bring awareness, don't know exactly what them bad politicians already do. So well, as we all know, like this dialogue saga is still the bomb with the penguin where it still they go on. And they don't do the worst when the worst do they do the worst sign and up to now they think you're the worst more in the worst. So we still on this dialogue, this negotiation where they go negotiate with the extra people and they don't turn twins them. They don't turn brothers and stuff. We never know what they them fumble and now we don't see them fumble. So now that issue actually today where they can deliberate on where AYV and the BBC, which is the BBC and AYV, where they come, they elaborate on, where they can give a very, very important news or report towards that. But before they come doing another particular news day where BBC, G, and AYV, we'll just take this short commercial break, and just after that, I'll write back shortly, guys. So, guys, till shortly then.
Kelvin Mans,
I just coming on Twinny. This is Kelvin Mans' YouTube channel, where the fight for Australians, the people, the voice of the voiceless, the masses, and the poor. But not so politician, it always be neutral.
But how different is Kelvin Mans?
Well, but good thing about them no re-interested anymore because they use Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube itself, and at the same time they use now all the same platform they are
So how they don't say that Kelvin Mans is?
Well, if you go Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, just type KELVIN, space and type again MANS. What did they see? Now the blue and green globe we get green feathers them, and in name now in red in that time studies go be as well. So don't miss out. If you don't subscribe yet, and I'll make so bilim gole emamuto, alabe ayandi. So do you please invite, go now and subscribe, share, like all the videos there. Because not only one also, and you can get so many other programs where you can bring at this same platform also, where you can get the opportunity for call and talk from live on WhatsApp, give your opinion, blow your mind, and share your mind. Kelvin, the type of bad politicians in a salon today. Kelvin, the type of bad supporters in a salon today. Kelvin, the type of bad musicians in a salon today. Kelvin, the type of bad housewife and husbands in a salon today. Kelvin, the type of bad justice system in a salon today. Kelvin, the type of bring people them together in a salon today. Kelvin, you know perfect, but the type of bring peace and unity in a salon today. So go now and subscribe.
Kelvin Mans, I made a soldier, yeah. Kelvin Mans.
So guys, I'm back to the program with me, me today, una brother, una picking, the name na Kelvin Mans, and the program in name Face Reality Talk Show. Me and you always know, say, and I already say, you know, and I know, and any other person know. But if no one told you true, but me and you know, say, now only way face the reality and say things the way how they did, the way how they come, and the way how they team up. Now only way you do that, now you will bring sanity in your area, in your community, in your family, and above all, in your country. So if me and you always stand for face the reality and tell yourself the truth and tell yourself the wrong and the right things and for do and for put the right things in the right places, I hope and believe say me and you go will make Salongo before and grow and unite Sierra. So now that particular unity day, me actually the fact for today, where I want you back recognize and realize say yes, this now you right for you get equal right and justice, freedom of speech, and freedom of expression. Just like what it does right now. I don't understand. So guys, without wasting time, I told myself today actually AYV or BBC and AYV actually they come give a very important news reporting on the past dialogue or the past negotiation we go on between the APC where na Samura Madoni Kamara and the government where na Ngoferu or in Benu Shenge. So this negotiation now actually BBC and AYV report on when are the latest news they report on. So guys, without wasting time, let's go straight to the point and listen to BBC first. So after BBC, then we can listen to AYV. We interview different set of the two parties, then the government and the APC party. So guys, let's go.
Taken a significant step to resolving post-electoral tensions in Sierra Leone. The opposition All People's Congress had refused to take up their seats in Parliament after elections in June. They also refused to take up positions in the local councils that they'd won, saying there were major electoral irregularities. They demanded a rerun and that the head of the electoral body be fired, among other things. Tensions mounted, and so did concerns that things might boil over into violence. The African Union and the regional body ECOWAS stepped in, and voila, an historic agreement to end the boycott and ease the tensions. Umaru Fofana has been across the story and he's been filling me in from Freetown.
The 3-day talks, which were facilitated by the country's Peace Commission with mediators from ECOWAS, the African Union, and the Commonwealth, reached broad 8-point agreement. They include for the main opposition APC party to take up their seats in Parliament and at local councils, which should happen next week at the latest, I'm informed. The APC party won 40% of the seats in the House and the vast majority of the council seats in the north and in the west of the country. But since the polls in June, they have not been attending sittings in either Parliament or at local council level. So those seats have gone unoccupied with these elected officials not even having taken the oath of office, barring 2 of their MPs who defied the party line. The agreement also states that the president should address the nation on the need for dialogue, cohesion, and peace. Under the terms of the agreement also, all the people serving prison terms or facing trial relating to electoral violence or civil protest should be set free or their charges be dropped. So the APC had also asked that their MPs be paid backlog salaries for those months that they've been on the boycott.
It sounds quite comprehensive, but I'm wondering, did both the parties get what they wanted?
Well, the government and the opposition have both reacted favorably to the agreement, saying that it's a watershed moment for the country. The leader of the government's delegation to the talks is the country's chief minister, Dr. David Monina Senge, and this is what he told me.
The main element of it was that the APC party will participate again in governance. Government will seek to make sure that all the allegations around whether it's people who have been inciting violence or people who think they didn't have access to justice, we will look into all of those cases. We'll work with all the parties to ensure that we're able to be better informed as government and to make the appropriate interventions. It was also important for the parties to agree that we need a lot more intra-party dialogue. Dialogue is a core part to where our democracy has been. And we shouldn't just do it leading up to an election or after an election, but we should always be talking.
One of the main demands of the main opposition APC party was for the publication of the disaggregated election results. What happened to that? It wasn't captured, was it?
Well, I think in the beginning, I spoke about how everybody has these disaggregated polling station results. Those are what the forms are that everybody signed up for. We have ours, they have theirs, the Electoral Commission has theirs. I think what they were asking for, they could ask the Electoral Commission for. As we said, government does not mandate or tell the Electoral Commission what to do. But most importantly, the only entity that could tell the Electoral Commission what to do is the Supreme Court. It's not the president, it's not the government, and it certainly is not the opposition.
Sierra Leone's Chief Minister David Moinina Senge. Umaru, speaking of the opposition, I'm wondering, are they as upbeat as the Chief Minister sounds?
Well, interestingly, yes. Even though there have been criticisms from some of their supporters who've called the agreement a sellout, the APC party leaders have played it up. They really played up the outcome, calling it a success. Dr. Samora Kamara, the party's presidential candidate in the last 2 elections and leader of the delegation, gave me his own reaction.
I think the dialogue itself was of a historical nature, so was the agreement. I appreciate the effort of mediators and also the willingness of the 2 parties to actually engage one another on a dialogue like this.
What would you say changed that made you reach an agreement that made you, for example, allow your elected members of parliament and councillors to return? What exactly did the government give in that made you accede to that?
It was not a winner or a loser type of event. What was good about it was the approach taken by the mediators, the former vice president of the Gambia and a retired judge from Kenya. At the very outset, they did indicate to us that they had no legal mandate to adjudicate on it was a runoff or adjudicate on who won or who lost the elections. So it was not their mandate. What they wanted was to start a roadmap that begins with peace among the party leadership. And honestly, I think that was the critical issue in Sierra Leone politics.
Do you understand why some of your party supporters, some of your supporters have been critical of the agreement and have even been scolding you and excoriating you on social media? Do you understand that?
I don't understand that. I don't blame them, simply because we never had the opportunity to explain what the dialogue agreement means, what the dialogue itself meant to them. But now, having been explaining, they're beginning to understand that this dialogue is a win-win. It's not a winner takes all or a loser loses all.
Umaru, we know that the boycott meant that no opposition MPs were in parliament and local councils won by the APC were not functioning. So just how did it affect governance in the country? And tell us a little bit more about people's reaction as well to the agreement.
Well, it did affect governance significantly, Audrey. I mean, for example, local councils which deliver services at the local level were not functional, with only ruling party MPs discussing government agenda in parliament. Debates were predictably boring, one-sided, and some would say not truly accountable. It has also hung a cloud of uncertainty and fear of the unknown. Tension has been mounting here, Audrey, since the elections in June, in a country whose elections, have come to represent a vortex of polarization. So there is hardly any real dialogue between these 2 parties, the APC and the SLPP, and there has hardly ever been, regardless of which party has been in power. Generally, people have welcomed the agreement, saying that it's a step that should end the political impasse, and there will be a lot more debate and a lot more accountability now demanded from government by the main opposition. And it's got to be said that the main opposition had actually wanted their backlog, paid. That is, the last 3 months of Parliament has been in session 4. But that was criticized by the public, who said that they were not even sworn in MPs, therefore they shouldn't be paid money, let alone to be paid what they never worked for.
That's Umaru Fofana in Freetown.
No wonder. So now because of that backlog make, I think they rush, they go sign, they don't begin to go spawning. Anyway, now no wonder where I return and say this na real Madoni, Samra Madoni on I really say where Omar Fofana say when I answer the how what are the reaction of the opposition then? If they're happy or they say yes, they're happy. And when they're asking him Madoni come like let's see because the Doni don't sleep. Don't go no dey for one night Doni, time Madoni brain we get. So you know they will wake up. Now you go to the answer we in happy, in glad body, what happen. When people where they go starve, the people where they send you, we won't send you there. We actually when you go send the thing for. If you actually not to plan work, not to do na cook, go na plan. You go say you happy, glad about the issue. You say you happy and glad about the issue. Like seriously, you glad and happy about the issue. So how you know glad and happy about the issue? The first way the people where they put you there, we don't put you there where say they go do this work for you, give you, you say glad. You see, when I say this guy, I don't need brain yet. I don't need to talk about it. So ain't happy, ain't glad. Like seriously, then you go ahead and go say, when they say, how you feel about you people in reaction because people they say not people is supposed to do, if you're supposed to do A, B, C, and Z. When they say na so and say like either then put the data or return of the election, and this is the question I go do. When you know go do all that thing, they ask about how about you go to think about you people in reaction. You know what he say? He say he no blame we. Like no blame, no go blame because now who put on there. Now who in fell at the up. Now who in kaka up. We making fell don't heavy. Now make it say no blame we. He dey explain to we. From where they don't do that like negotiation day. You don't ever see that man don't kind of political explain to we. Because according to what you there, according to what you think that the people they say after when government don't talk, in the man don't need to for can address the public. But 30 days. From when government don't talk, 30 days you never come up and say nothing to put it. You never come out and address the public. You can't say you know they explain to we, so you don't blame me. No problem, you don't go blame me. Because now we put and day. I don't go blame me. As I'm like if you blame yourself, if you blame yourself, not to yourself, not to lucky. Now you go blame me because now who put it there. Now who can pay for you? Now who go and dance for you and see, we go and talk this and all now we. So I don't go blame we. But anyway, the other point is more prosperity go judge now one by one. But I'm not always time to that. A lot listen to AYV. Many I can't say about other halaki thing there where they interview there. Yeah, a lot listen to AYV, yeah, guys. Because if I keep on the talk this year, they pay me the more me, so I know deliberate too much on Madoni Samra. So Lord go to AYV.
Taking a significant step to resolve.
Sorry.
I get CDR tuning the first point. But on the line now, I get CDR tuning, we're not the publicity secretary for the Honorable Congress Party. City, welcome to AYV on Sunday.
Thank you very much, John. Good evening.
Let's talk about the outcome of the dialogue. Point 1 to 8. This one I really expect as the opposition of the People's Congress Party.
Well, you wouldn't say exactly. We've been very focused going into the dialogue, where we focused pretty much, for unearth the, many challenges and irregularities for which we see in March 2023 elections, and also the many problems we face in terms of abuses on the supporters, with premises, and even premises of our members and supporters. And of course, we look forward that we will get a situation where people will be held accountable, and we will get a situation of time we will get, easy person or produce for we within majority of the people they expect. So pretty much, whilst we don't get 100% of within we put in we own position paper, we also see say there are certain things in the position people where we get, and also the issue when it comes to the disaggregated data, the setting up of the committee itself. It's a way of we usually might get to that point, depending on how sincere and which kind of terms of reference we develop for that particular committee, and which time we will go about time. But I always don't say, even before going into the dialogue, this is a dialogue. When you go into the dialogue, you get for putting your own position, the person said for putting your own position. And when I get for meet up somewhere, for that one I agree, in the interest of the people of this country. So depending on how everybody will interpret points 1 to 8 as you state, we as a party should say some of the demands that we put forward be met. And one of the key ones we'll be interested in, we still get room for achieve that one based on the agreements what we see come out of the dialogue.
So now that the that particular it's points 3 don't be considered on the back down on our initial position of non-participation in governance, because according to the second resolution that APC will end its non-participation in governance. When are you doing that? This week, are you as a party announcing that you're sending all your elected members of parliament and councillors and mayors and chairpersons at the respective council and back to the station for get them for start for work?
I want to let people understand, say, a lot of things happen before even the dialogue starts. The Independent Commission of Peace and National Cohesion, they always say no matter which reservation where you will get about them prior to this dialogue, they did a very good job for facilitate this dialogue and set the premise as to how the dialogue will go. Whatever challenges that may have occurred during the dialogue, but plenty things happen, plenty things that really both parties agree on even before the dialogue starts. And even the mediators that when we come, they get limitations as to waiting at the terms of reference and all of that. So let any step happening therefore starts with the government itself. No less a thing or President Bill. If you look at the agreement, waiting will premise the implementation of all of the points that made the agreement, that the statements where President Bill therefore make to the nation regarding the dialogue, the outcome of the dialogue, and waiting therefore happen going forward. Until that happens, we as a party will determine which will be the next line of action. We get for wait first, foresee the step where we get for take. I mean, for city of the statement, city the agreement itself.
City doing this, when they represent on our electorate, the people that have been voted for on our candidates they want to bring in for the respective elections. Now they represent or this not the executive of the APC. They say this is not what we want. We don't care what people let's say.
That discussion is very important. God bless you. This question. Wait, I want to listen to how you answer this question. If the state they represent or the people who vote if they represent. No, this guy, I like this question. If the state they represent or now we will send the who vote in now we they represent. Anyway, I want to hear how you answer this question. No, you.
Well, if you look at the reaction of the electorate, you will know say that the electorate's interest will represent. And when you look at the way they are...
No. Still, I not agree. I not agree. No, I not agree. Not so we represent. Now, one self, now na party and one self represent. There you go.
Yeah, means itself come out. We have to come in and educate people as to what's really the inside it because of the misconception and because of the understanding where people from every different facets to understand the agreement for B. So you for know from the reaction, say it is not so much just about the executive, it is not so much just about the APC as a political party, but it's also about Sierra Leone and waiting we want to see with democratic institutions for look like, for function like, and how we want.
See, this theory talks the way it's not only about APC, it's not only about SLPP, it's about Sierra Leone. No can tell me like say na blind man or na boss way deaf and dumb and they talk to. No! Ikare, give my visa, give my Ikare. Ikare, inga my visa, but Ikare puts back me. Inga my visa, Ikare. This kind of talk way talk to no one wait. They can't tell you not to for SDP, not to for APC, not to for SDP. It's about Sierra Leone. No, this is not about Sierra Leone, not for we, not for we the poor man, we the masses. This is about who, this is about APC and SDP. This is the opposite. This is about APC and SDP. Not about Sierra, not about we, not about that main man. It's about APC and SDP and Una. About now because it's not a selfish interest and gain. You go up, not just check what you check it out. And like this question this guy asked you, it's not for not selfish interest and gain, but living me not for a selfish interest and gain. Now, what's going on sign about? No more. We can see the ending. This time, what's going on? This time, particular negotiation and go make so. Who's going to go sign? Now, I know what's going to go sign about we not for who go sign, who not agree. This is why negotiation are going to negotiate to. Now for APC and SFP, not for the country, not for we. So who's going to go sign and sign? Una go back more and go na do. Now for na say, but not for but who not agree today, who not agree tomorrow. Now the Lord no go. Go ahead.
With democracy and with elections for going forward. What thing happened in 2023? Some of it always they emphasize. If we now take steps to address them to the satisfaction of the people of this country, more and more people will continue to lose trust in the electoral process, and that will weaken with democracy or undermine with democracy. So it is very necessary, first of all, that this step will happen, so be happy, and also we need now for doing a good job, a whole lot for make people they understand which in the arguments they are about and how we go forward. We go forward as a nation for implement the agreement as they come out from out of the dialogue. But we definitely not take steps for just the APC executive. The executive gets already too. If you look at the agreement, it is more so nation focus and democracy focus, but we just all need to understand them in the first place.
Now, see, you earlier say, the next line of action will be based on purely waiting for happening after President's talk on dialogue, the dialogue, unity, cohesion, and peace. How soon will they expect President for make a statement in that regard? But if you don't do anytime soon, would that mean the APC will continue to hold out on the position that they don't participate in governance, and then they wait for the committee of the review of the electoral processes will be set up before I take any other action?
Certainly, John. The agreement is very clear as to how to implemented and therefore happening, and they also clear as to the things that we government need for do and things that we need for do going forward. We preempt the intervention of the president. Whatever again for happen next, we therefore see commitments on all sides. We therefore see sincerity on all sides, and everybody therefore play their own part. In the interest, I keep saying this, in the interest of the people of this country.
See, you know what they like, but I always talk. I'm not going to waste that word. Therefore, we return this word. Still, you can million to me. Therefore, we return this word. Now, rubbish. Not rubbish. Not about interest. Not about the country. Not about my interest. Not about my interest. Not for APC and SLP interest. They are not going to like for the interest of the people.
The interest which Sierra Leone has in this particular thing, And we know already the debates where they come out from all across the world, from Australians all across the world. You don't also see interventions and responses from the development partners there, talking to this particular dialogue with me. So it shows that there are so many people who get interest in this. And we as a nation, we owe it to the people of this country, especially women and leaders on all sides. We owe it to the people of this country for, first of all, bring them the understanding of what's really happening to money, what's able to do what we have said done, and we also therefore be sincere for sure say we implement them in a way where it will help with democracy, and it will give the people of this country more rights as citizens, especially when it comes to choosing the leaders and where they want for make them lead them going forward.
So then the question I'm going to ask you now, I'll ask Howard the same question. Most of the part 3, now we mentioned the Excellency in consultation of the APC party who constitute the committee for making a work on the electoral system and management body reviews now. Most of it now, be bound by time, as in with dates when you want to get the implementation done, as to dates when you want to conclude, except for the fact he said that the terms of reference will be developed under the joint leadership of the committee within 30 days. And the duration of the committee will be 6 months from the date of establishment. So that means the terms of reference can be set up, it can be reviewed for 3 months, can be reviewed for 6 months. So why not in the meeting not be demand that dates how I'll come to you? So that's why I'm asking these tough questions, because if we don't ask them, we don't get answers to them. After CD respond, I'll get you then before we come back to CD. CD, why not be asked and demand for the dates then be placed so that go time dates and get results?
Well, if you look at point 3, very clear in details as to what the committee sets up for achieve. If you look at electoral systems in terms of process, resource management, tallying, everything we can for do with elections, even the control for so that the challenges would not face repeatedly with elections. Every single election in the country, as blatant as the 2023.
All right, for some reason, it seems like we don't lost CD Tunis. They will try to forget them back. It's either he's moving.
No, still like in a network. The nation step. And la pera, stay with me. Move quick, man. Stay with me. And la pera, the nation step. Network. 90 next to pop, network. Salon a conti.
Or you don't go to some site or site able for establish network at all. But I will come back to you before the time of the CD online. I asked that question because I want to provoke response. Says CD, just hold on. Let me get how to respond. Apparently, it seems like you either the network on either end not they do you favor. But now get our respond first, and I'll tell you for establish contact with you back. I'll see the question. Why make dates not be set? We just say the committee terms of reference will be set within 30 days. 30 days commencing when?
The date from the date when they sign the agreement.
So that's on the 18th.
That's on the 18th.
Okay. So 30 days for me on the 17th of November.
Yes.
Suppose we're able to forget something.
The committee for them be set up by then. Then after the committee set up for them for development terms of reference and do all within the need for do as stipulated in this agreement. That means review these elections and other past elections with all the other recommendations, them way other development partners them don't make, and tidy that up and bring in waiting the one of thing.
So the commission they wait for the committee to be set up and then provide on our timelines of activities that indicate to me we review at this point. And we think say in 1 month we could have done the review.
In fact, we send a letter for remind them for set up the committee first thing Monday morning.
And who that letter really go to?
They go to the
government of Sierra Leone?
Government of Sierra Leone and to the APC leadership.
Marcos, I mean, the first point president will make a statement, for a destination on unity, cohesion, and peace. APC and the non-participation in governance. Unfortunately, city not answer directly, but all of them were. And you say base contingent of waiting president will get for say, but then the constitution of this committee now will go for review, set up the process for review the entire electoral system.
Yes, if you remember, we at the talk earlier mentioned the fact that the thing gets up the dialogue, the conclusion, understand, some of the recommendations be fine, right? But I question the issue of implementation because all this hinges on the implementation of them. You understand? Now, if you look at this one whole thing, the president is the father of the nation, right? One thing they mention, number one, you understand? It's like we don't play football, you understand? No, the president is like the red here, you understand? We do the starts the game, you understand? So I think we expect the president to deliver a message to Sierra Leoneans, you understand? And that gives a lot to do based on the context, right? The context of the message, you understand? Because it will make or break. But the strongest conviction say the president's commitment was this dialogue was deep-rooted. So as a result of that, it gets 4 years or 5 years, you understand? Make your say the president will govern better in the second term than the first term, understand? So in this kind of situation, the president gets a responsibility, understand? Where it do in delivery, understand? Concerning the rights, the delivery, they will take a lot of things into consideration, right? Because once a speech comes out in respect of the peace agreement they make, the context of they tell a lot. And secondly, there is a need for APC to end this non-participation in governance because when you talk about good governance, right? Good governance is of utmost importance to Sierra Leone, right? And when we talk about good governance, there's a lot of things we put into consideration, right? The issue of accountability, understand? That issue of inclusivity, right? These are things, very, very important. So if APC not go into governance, right, it will stifle.
That's a question he tactfully go around that. I asked him a question about, are they representing the electorate, the people that have been go vote for them now the polls? Now, this not the action they want for them to take, not for participate in governance, not for being involved in anything, stay back.
After the dialogue.
Yes, but both before and after the dialogue.
Well, I think you mentioned the people then, right, which they want. Understand? I think we talked something against which they want because they hope about a lot of things from them. Understand? But what's important here is the fact that politics, right? Machiavelli say there is no honesty in politics, right? Then again, don't talk about politics. That's self-interest. At the end of the day, you get you people there. When you get an executive, just like who get parliament. Gone are the days we meet in the market square to discuss issues. When you get executives, like that executive, I believe the executive was elected by the people, the young people. So if they speak, I believe they speak on behalf of the people. And just me take, you understand, right? But in all these APC, in as much as they don't go, they don't agree, you understand, and we look forward.
But then they speak on behalf of people, and now parliament they seat. I mean, in bills then they be taken to parliament. You only get it's a put on this way monofocal prison. Now one green side you see. Nobody knows see the other side. It's bad. When are the opposition for bring my own view and debate on them bills there? So
that representatives of APC gets a lot of criticisms.
I'm concerned with dates. How I say from the 18th, just after the dialogue end, for 30 days. Within that 10 days, the committee forum be set up, leadership forum be set up, and also the terms of reference for the committee forum be developed. Can we hold government? Can we ask government for provide with dates as to when exactly? Because let's face it, 24 months after, we still there's a timeline that we definitely that question they could be answered, because when you don't make sense of websites now, you don't show clearly how you get to go about this and how you get to go about that. They don't say now 6 months you get. Inside that 6 months, you will know now who's telling me who's telling you have for do waiting. So now when the committee set up, we set are part of the opposition APC are part of the development partners, and now they always know another committee and decide say for this state to this state and this to do, this state to this and this to do. Yeah. I don't think say you know proper at all for them now we can say that this will happen this time and this way. I mean the recommendation state very clearly say now a committee and so and so and so possible for the day. We really have to go by the details of that recommendation. Thank you, Akak. This is very important. I mean, the Senate Committee agreed for get now one way gender balance. Yes, that is also ensuring that you get, you know, the woman for play pivotal role in terms of determining what we future will get for looking as a country when it comes to electionary processes. The fourth part say the parties to elections and civil protests informed by, you know, woman for play pivotal role in terms of determining what we future will get for looking at as a country when it comes to electionary processes. The fourth part say the parties to the dialogue agreed to the following. Now for release, any persons arrested, detained or in prison for alleged elections and civil protests, informed by a list to be submitted by the APC among the political parties and considered by the government of Sierra Leone. Why that word of caution? So this now list way if it's not considered, then forget the list. Nobody know the list if the government of Sierra Leone not consider that list.
Well, members say as an arm of government, then at the judiciary the role for look at some of the things they have. So they want the way if na court case or if not the one that will be arrest when no trial, then at the Attorney General's office, and then we'll look at the one and they so for make them prove, because you just can't submit any list and stay there while so. So with what we submit, I should say the one and then get people say yes, now that they the one and they arrested for. It's basically looking at the case file in front of them before they said yes, this is vetted correct. Now just that have been the gentleman agreement. They just get a look at the case file for make sure say yes, it's linked with waiting. Then at the agreement, nothing out of the box.
Joe, being part of resolution 4C, discontinuation of any politically motivated cases, court cases against the APC and other parties and the supporters based on the list, same clause of caution to be considered. That will include, I'm sure, the matter where it appears like Dr. Samuel Kamara still get at the courts. We therefore do with him. Not of course. Fortunately, President don't need to have all travel. But would that be a case that would be part of the consideration when in court seem like a politically motivated?
Well, let just say this here. One, if it happens pass, we don't get any political vision and support. On the basis of the expression of you.
So there is political. This gentleman called APC Sheriff. He was part of he was part of Dr. Samuel Kamara in entourage during the campaign period. If they provide security, according to the APC for Dr. Samuel Kamara, he was arrested and he's still there in detention. Has he been released?
So now that one kind of John, yeah. We're not going to political vision. The people always anybody in the hole during the internet day as a sort of offense when a people say information media against the law. Yeah. So now you make that recommendation they say for the consideration of government. And not just APC, any other political party. You APC. So you make a list. The SIP, of course, if you see don't put questions and then that the other side of where people they will displace, then therefore them. Because that's here not one part of the country they have. So like we're not going to political vision. Not going to the whole image of expression in political beliefs. You understand? Now people will say commit. So what thing that for happen? There were some there are people with cases against them because they serve in a political party before the current political party in power. So that's where I'm coming. Yeah, you commit offense. So waiting for happen. They will look at their cases and they look at the gravity of the offenses and take a decision. You understand? And also the issue of discontinuing politically motivated. That has to be defined. Yeah. And so when they define that the dialogue will not be able for look at them, because I know city dialogue they get people away, not just go there because the politics there one for go talk, but the people away able for break anything they also done and help the committee or help the process people for understand say like way Joe they say, I mean you for bring meaning to this continuation now waiting and maybe they're not be able for discuss how before I get Joe for continue. Every side. So I should say them and get a list. They if we solve all of this. But because they don't get the list, then they're not going to make proper decision. And even if they want to make decision, not to the rule, as I mentioned earlier, you get the role of the judiciary rule, either the Ministry of Justice or the Chief Justice. That committee they not be get a mandate. One thing you need to know that there were guiding principles for this entire mediation, right? Based on we constitution and the laws there around every discussion whether they discuss. So anything went up all within mandates of that committee, they can make a decision on. So they therefore influence that back to the institution, the way responsible for doing. So in that kind of such cases, then you receive that kind of thing and they come up. So they therefore go back to the institution. Once they submit the list, they will go back to the institution and they will look at it and then make the decision.
So also not make clear of thoughts.
Yes, definitely. And I also want you reference one case of Soti Sheriff, right? Incidentally that day, I mean they come back from Bo, now they make that arrest, they now go checkpoints. I mean it's like issue this for the pass for conflict. Yeah. The allegation. So now make Madam Samai talk say the judiciary and at that point also I believe for me the AG's office, the police, the judiciary, yeah, they know who does don't do it. So they will go for send the list, they look at that. The same thing will apply back for that's what I've said, politically motivated. As far as we are concerned, we will not have any politically motivated matter in the courts. As far as we are concerned. But then we go wait. Then people make their list and then those cases are going to be looked at by the judiciary and really see if they are which people they say them be. Then the decision will be made at the end of the day. Yeah. So that's only one day they will go for look at that. And well, I know for this go. No, I mean you go ahead and then point out. Yeah. So just like how Sabai said, the law. Now there is one thinker. We don't have to do anything outside of law because the law is sacrosanct. Democracy is about the rule of law. You understand? So you need to go for is also the law and Ghana. The same thing I go to apply in that combinations where we talk about people then the benefit or whatever. Parliament is an institution. It gets leadership. It gets laws. So they'll go for push down there to the institution. The leadership will look at the what did they say concerning that one? Then they arrest her. We have now moved on to Marcus before we try to get CD back. He says for investing for supporting settlement of any political parties, both internally and externally, will be displaced due to political intimidation, attacks, and harassment. APC again will present a list as soon as possible. And other parties as well. The assumption of elective governance positions, all elected APC officials, members of parliament, etc., will care for the issues regarding their entitlement addressed accordingly by the appropriate institutions. And then the final part of part 4 is the parliament for address all the issues that are related to leadership, composition of committees, representation, and international parliaments on behalf of the APC. So it's not technically the main Marcos, that online committee that will be set up now will be headed by the majority party in the parliament. It means it's either they reach a point for bargaining for say, okay, listen, we go listen with leadership,
now then deep committees that they for make when on a come back, we see how the leadership Joe you want for coming on that.
Yes, because that one day, now like when they say the space is ready already, how they don't set up, they don't clearly shiver. Would I the head is where the head that then space they. So the moment they where they go, then they go inside the territory. So this is not something that they go we see come back all over again.
Well, that could be a good step for get the parliament up and running immediately. I mean, it's running now.
Oh yeah, it's there.
It's running the way it's supposed to run both sides of the aisle. But with Michael quickly, all them points are again. So internally displaced, externally, you know, all they want to be.
Yes, you know, we you can for make peace. You get a lot of things that way you forgotten, right? And so peace can actually operate because in reconciliation you get four important issues and principles we encapsulated into 4 hours, right? And one, now the issue of relevance, right? Then two, the issue of responsibility. You get the issue of reciprocity, right? That issue is also be able to hold the peace, right? Now, from the incident that we discussed, as I say, a lot of ambiguities, and I'm afraid, right, that the talk, a lot of ambiguities. In law, somebody get background in law, you get judicial interpretations, right? You get certain interpretation, literal interpretation, right? That literal interpretation, you go with a letter by letter, word by word, sentence by sentence, as it is. You understand, as expressed, right? You get one way, now mischief. The mischief, now that's where you deal with the reason behind when they pass the law. Now, if you look at, for example, there is a word used all, and I think we'll get on the we where it is strong as well, right? Anything we get advantages and disadvantages. You understand? We get critique. You understand? Because now one of the minuses in that of the peace dialogue with them all go. Because therefore people for taking into consideration at the time when they express next day, you understand? Because both sides they use the word all, for example, for protest. People that when they are doing the protest, right? They say therefore release them. But considering consider, I think, they use. If you say consider, that's when say the government get to think about it. So it's shared. I think this is a lot of work for you as civic education. You understand it? For go around because this is subject to different interpretations. Yeah. You understand it? Because it's ambiguous, it's extremely ambiguous. And for not express and simple and straightforward, put all against them. Although these are just fronts, which is there is possibility there sometimes you get one that catch them on that. But if you go to literally, as it is, they can't read that, so how will you read that? If you go to literally, it will differ from the other aspect, you understand it, except where you get the question of consider. Right? So as a result of that, this now one of the demands of the APC, right? And not only for the APC, I think other political parties they talk about the protest. And we talk about protests, I don't know, they don't go for distinguish whether that this last protest or that protest from August or understand, fine. So you see, you get to take that into consideration. And when we look at the issue of displaced people, it also affects almost every political party. Yeah. You understand? Because I believe, say, you still get some people there, now this is strong, we might have faced that kind of situation. Yeah. Now, they will come out so publicly, you understand? Like, Boston, you understand? We'll find out, say, you get more people there who are of APC, you understand, they make this place because I would say I'm born and grown up, I've got to go to school. So I know they very, very well, you understand? So now one aspect that I want to do, they talk about the issue of politically motivated. And when you say politically motivated, there is no way you go exempt, you understand, like APC sheriff case, you understand? You know, it will be very difficult, but all subject to the judiciary. And all this exposed the judiciary as well prior to this thing. You understand? Because when you talk about the judiciary, when you talk about when you arrest person, you detain her. You understand? Waiting at justice denied. If you don't keep people in this particular period, you understand? You know, it exposes the judiciary as well. And every government, just like when you talk about parliament, right? Parliament, government, like a generator or a car.
a bit of various parts. You understand? If one part becomes dysfunctional, or if not dysfunctional, if functional, so we're not effective. I talk about functioning democracy, or that they affect almost the whole thing. All right, Marcos, I'll come back to you. I'll get to this again on the line. CD, welcome back to AYV on Sunday.
Thank you again, John.
All right, so we've established a few points about, the initial points that will be raised now, the communique will be signed or the resolution. Now, let's move on quickly to several other ones that are very, very important. Part 4, the parties that are the dialogue we agree for release. Persons that were arrested, detained, or imprisoned for alleged elections and civil protests. At least where the All People's Congress Party will ever puts together. Discontinuation of politically motivated cases against the APC parties and the supporters based on a list again will puts together. Support the settlement of political party supporters internally and externally, due to political intimidation, attacks, and harassment, informed by a list where the APC and other parties will go submit. Quickly, CD, let's talk about that before we take some comments online. It says clearly this is one way the government will therefore give consideration to. But if we not prepare a list and the government give consideration to and say, no, we're striking off 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 people from this list because as far as we're concerned in the courts and the law and the land indicates these ones, they don't fall under any category. They are sort of names or people that want to look at from civil protests, from alleged elections, violence, or from which you will call in quote politically motivated court cases. Hello, City, can you hear me?
Yes, when we will do the position paper, we categorize them under 3 broad headlines: access, fair justice, and the rule of law. Democracy, we electoral systems of 2023 particularly. Another thing we take into consideration, and then the human rights abuse system, when we feel the method of the party supporters them across this country. And in all of them things, then we get evidences, we get cases, then we able to point out for sure, say we believe say them particular thing there. So because of them people have the actions or the activities them around the elections or what they do make they arrest them. So we get the list and we get for submit that list and based on what we know say happen will lead to the arrest of them people and especially them we know say members and supporters of the APC across the country. Like for example, even as recent as 3 weeks ago, somebody was arrested in Bond. They say he make a statement against the president. Then things that they clearly, when you look at them, you get almost these are politically motivated incidences. So we get for be clear. Of course, the government will want to look at the different cases. Some people they will go and say people then commit crimes and all of them things, and that is why it is important for now we all sit together and look the list case by case basis. And they don't broaden them. You see, now it is not only people we feel say arrested under APC. They say they get people up. Politically motivated, or they get people that say them cases are politically motivated cases, and they get people where they say don't let this country as a result of politics. So we get to look at all of them one day and really determine the cases based on politics or based on crime and different things that will happen. But we want to ensure say anybody within a jail, they don't in a jail because they belong to APC or because of activities in APC or activities in SMDP. They not jail because they commit crime they punishable by law. That man we want to achieve, and around it we get for focus on for dealing with that particular party.
All right, see, we want to take comments, but I'm going through quickly the other points. Inter-party dialogue framework, where the government will set up. Another point is both parties will commit for re-engineering relationship with the national social political ecosystem, such as between His Excellency the President and former political leaders, and there were specific former presidents and the vice presidents of the APC and SLPP leadership. I mean, what happened? Usai the breakdown come out when you get for what came to and revisit that political ecosystem. It all seemed like both people and they, both past and present, they are war with each other.
Well, if you look at the agreement, I think what's the issue will probably a lot of people they get to the agreements is because then they look at from that personalistic point of view. If you look at the point where you just state, I want to look at from a broader perspective. Those are examples set up. But we live in a country where clearly in a democratic country. We see how, for example, laws are passed in Parliament. No matter how bad the law be, because it is pushed forward, for example, by the SLPP, you will see all the SLPP MPs that will support that law, whether in the interest of the APC, about the country, and you will see all the APC MPs then will vote against them. That is not how democracy is supposed to be. I always, for example, whenever I go on radio, I set this example. For example, when we host for state, regardless of who that in power, whether an APC or SLPP, when they go by international conferences like the UN, you will see one group where they protest for praise the government, you will see the other group protest against the government. All of them things then they happen because we as a people know they talk. Everything about our lives, everything about what's in the happening in this country now. And that is not how it is supposed to be. And the only way we will ensure say we end around it now if we make people that understand say no, you can still belong to the APC, you can belong to the SLPP or any political party. But when it comes to that thing they will get to affect the country, we all for unite for talk against them or for talk in favor of them, depending on how they get to affect the country, whether positively or negatively. And it does not proper. For now, we get a country whose the relationship between the two main political parties are not healthy, or even among other political parties are not healthy. Whose relationship the current president and the former presidents or other political leaders in that country not healthy. For even to compare notes for see how things go happen at the country, no, they don't find that way they John. So that point they try for address. We have to unite as a people. We may have our political differences, but we not for look at ourselves as enemies. And as so politics don't go, they don't go to a point that we don't become enemies, and it should not be that way. So let somebody look at a fellow Sierra Leonean and choke out or go light fire by a hose, go and shoot out. So now that level do we go country don't go to, and me and you know say it's not healthy for we, it's not healthy for the next generation coming. So we need to address them and we need to address them head on, sincerely and now.
So with the government of
Next now network. You need him to tell you baby and laugh betters. You may even himself network. Well, anyway, before that's still another routine on pass. For me, this I don't think.
Come back to we say President Bill don't meet, they don't decide for dialogue. We inform with parties at every level, every structural level for ensuring we get a blessing before ever this dialogue process starts. And once the dialogue don't complete, we go back to them and tell them the outcome of this dialogue. And we, at the end of the day, will commit ourselves to the implementation of the agreements to the fullest so that we will continue for strengthening institutions, but at the same time, live in peace and national cohesion as a nation.
Lastly, City, before your previous I will say finally, but lastly now, can you as a party instruct on our elected members for go back to the, as a show of our own commitment to the entire document signed? Can you, the last time I asked you if our demands that be met, how immediate will go for go back? Na governance, na parliament, na council, But for sure, say the APC party committed to this one. Can we take an action now, immediately this week, and say to our elected members of parliament, go back to parliament whilst we continue for work on the process them with the resolution we recommend. Make it quick.
We're always committed to make it to elections take part in governance and serve the people of this country. But I insist how soon they go back, depending on how soon the president will address we as a nation, because the implementation of this agreement, as clearly stated, therefore begin with as the head of state of the country.
All right, Steve, many thanks for joining on AYV on Sunday.
So when we want to go down on where they say, and they don't recommend it as president. Now even see as me say, Syria can million to me. Now even say as the Republic of Sierra Leone, the president of the Republic of Sierra Leone. Now even say as the president of the Republic of Sierra Leone. So who know that they want to make out they say they don't send people for them approval saying a president. Now even see the attorney say. Then president of Republic of Sierra Leone to me. Now you think say, but me all this year what they went to me the only part is same people there. Lord we go nowhere. Let me go more. Time you work out, we go ask them how market. Because now you see one journalist, I don't know if a journalist or judge what he say. He said it's very complicated, you know. It's very much complicated. And say according to them, they say many pull all political, what say political this, political that, and many pull all the court cases there. When I don't see the lawyers they say, or the way they do that, put the what they say, it depends on, and all the things when they talk, they say considered by the government. So what thing is I will tell you? Everything what they say considered by the government. So what thing is I will tell you now? So then it ring a bell. I don't know if it ring a bell now. Considered by the government. All what you have talked to, according to what they say, that they don't even know whether, because according to what they were saying, that lawyer or that them decide was the that you don't specify what things you don't specify. Why not a lawyer check what they know you go against the law, so that the court can for decide whether this question was said was true or not on our own. So even if they go right list, long list. So if you know approve that post, they definitely say nothing will happen. So mean they are not going to say much you can do. That particular man waiting and apple, you don't say it all. So now the other neighbors, look, we not God, we get God. We get God, and they say, then they believe on juju, other things, and that money they want them put juju and money before. Well, Lord just give them all the benefits of doubt, yeah. God they handle them for we. God they affect them for yeah. Until una booster una blogger there, una booster and still the life apart from putting on also for the life again. So now we can be now they can say that we una upupre. For not just continue for by that like idea they went booster they went full now. This year, 2 of we now you see here a million to this stop. Because when they talk like a million, like when a million one cross road. Now what is the president of the Republic of Sierra Leone? Now what is that? So one of the way make my alalabu. I mean, I want to say number for 5th day. They like to say plain truth say Ngofero and Benuchenge with the whole entire cabinet and Shadow Gardens. They not plan them. They not ready. They not plan today. They not ready today. They not ready tomorrow. They not plan tomorrow. They don't ever plan a for do what the inside paper. What they talk to? They don't ever plan. It's not because they don't be explain to us say now consider by the government. So they go for watching. So the cases they want to go. Maybe the names of people and the go. They go for watching whether Mr. A wants to talk about true and so now they get for approve. So we don't want them split and they blow. So then they clear. So I don't go hard me, but the man will explain this thing. So that the what I do. So I don't have very more until my present and one time for listen to the program. So once again, brothers, I mean, una brother, una picking Kelvin Mans. The program is a face reality talk show. Me and una no say now only way face reality and talk the real things that we had in there, we had in camp. Now there you go make community, you shop, you business. and you will create a good, you will get good friend and good husband and good wife. And above all, for make and unite your country, Sierra Leone. You and me and all country, Sierra Leone. So peace and blessing to you and upon all of us. Once again, I appreciate you so much, and dear, if I'm person for that popping here, just to me a little bit of you on your leg, just smash that like, subscription button for me, and also share the program. Because for here, for like and subscribe to the channel, it didn't pay nothing. It cost you nothing. And guess what? Another thing, even take us, it didn't even take 1 minute and just a second. You don't do all anything here. So if you don't watch this program, because the program almost on end, try let you smash that like, subscription, and share button right now. Do them now. So I will want to see you in my next video. I always have for you now the latest, the unbelievable, and the shocking news there. So guys, till my next video. When I want you, I was always and every time here. Thank you and bye bye till next time. I love you and I love you all.
Channel and Kelvin Massive. If this is the very first time to sign in here, please, my brothers and sisters, don't forget to hit that subscription button for me, comment, like, and share all my videos. So anytime I upload a new video, you'll be notified immediately for it.
Romantic. Let's see on the beat. Here's the voice of the voiceless, fighting for Sierra Leone. Yes. On the mercies of the people. He's not a politician. I got followers on a million. Flagging the globe, Sierra Leonean. Everybody keep following Kelvin man. I made a soldier, yeah. Kelvin man, you gotta try. Kelvin man, you got it right. Oh, Kelvin man, Kelvin man. For your current news, keep following Kelvin man. I'm in the blogger you can trust. Kelvin man, he's a YouTuber. Kelvin man, Instagram. Kelvin man, he's a Facebooker. Kelvin man, even on WhatsApp. Kelvin man, the people's voice. Kelvin man, oh yeah. He's not a politician. The man is neutral. He's not a politician. The man is neutral. You can love him. Just subscribe, you can love him. You can love him. Just subscribe, you can love him. As you see the globe with green feathers as a symbol, and he gets red color, not a name. It's KELVINMANS. Kelvin Mans. For your current news, keep following Kelvin man. I'm in the blogger you can trust. Kelvin man, he's a YouTuber. Kelvin man, Instagram. Kelvin man, he's a Facebooker. Kelvin man, even on WhatsApp. Kelvin man, the people's voice. Kelvin man, oh yeah. Kelvin man, I made a soldier, yeah. Kelvin man, you gotta try. Kelvin man, you got it right. Oh, Kelvin man, Kelvin man. For your current news, keep following Kelvin man. I'm in the blogger you can trust. Kelvin man, he's a YouTuber. Kelvin man, Instagram. Kelvin man, he's a Facebooker. Kelvin man, even on WhatsApp. Kelvin man, the people's voice. Kelvin man, oh yeah.
Oh, my brothers and sisters, I appreciate so much for your time and effort you took to listening, and I appreciate you so much. As I've shown you some love by bringing you such updates, please don't forget to show me also some love by just clicking that subscription button for me, comment, like, and share all my videos. So anytime I upload a new video, you will notify immediately for it. It is free. It is free. Click here now. Subscribe. Subscribe. Click that subscription button now. Do it now. Do it. It is free. So thanks very much and bye bye till next time. I love you all.
Music. Everybody keep following Kelvin Man.
I just coming on Twinny. This is Kelvin Man's YouTube channel, where the fight for Australians, the people, the voice of the voiceless, the masses, and the poor. But not so politician, it always be neutral. But how different this Kelvin Man's? Well, but good thing about them no re-expensive anymore because they use Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube itself, and at the same time they use now all the same platform they are. So how do you know so that Kelvin Man's is? Well, if you go Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, just type KELVIN, space and type again MANS. What do you see? Now the blue and green globe we get green feathers them, and in name now in red in that studies go be as so don't miss out. If you don't subscribe it, and I'll make a so believe me a mamuto, alabe ayandi. So do you please and beat go now and subscribe, share like all the videos there because not only one also, and you can get so many other programs where you can bring this same performance so where you can get the opportunity for call and talk from live on WhatsApp, give your opinion, blow your mind, and share your mind. Kelvin, the type of bad politicians in a salon today. Kelvin, the type of bad supporters in a salon today. Kelvin, the type of bad musicians in a salon today. Kelvin, the type of bad housewife and husbands in a salon today. Kelvin, the type of bad justice system in a salon today. Kelvin, the type of bring people them together in a salon today. Kelvin, not perfect, but the type of bring peace and unity in a salon today. So go now and subscribe.